Last week we built this frame and panel system. You can see how the panel fits into the frame with a perfect reveal. It's a really nice surface to paint on, and once your painting is finished, it's a really nice product that's probably easier to sell than an unframed painting. If you're a woodworker, this is really easy to make, and I covered all the steps you need to know in my last video. I'll have a link to it in the description below. Just fast forward about 9 minutes in because I got into a few other art-related things before I started working on the frame. If you're not a woodworker, I do sell this frame and panel system on my website, and I'll have a link to that as well. In this episode, I'm going to show you how to finish this frame using shellac. I'm using a China bristle brush, and that's important. It's a natural bristle brush. It's not nylon, and at the end of the video, I'll show you a really simple way to clean it so you can continue to use the same brush and even reuse the same denatured alcohol to clean the brush. Right now, we're going to get started by first sealing the back of the frame. So here's our shellac. It's 100% de-waxed shellac. The label here says seal coat, but it says shellac down here in smaller letters. So I'm just going to seal the back first and the inside. The reason why you want to seal the wood is that way there's no area of the wood that's absorbing moisture more than another. You want all of the surfaces to be sealed. You can see the back isn't really that important. I just want to seal it. It's almost dry as I'm working on it. It's drying. Now I'm going to place it on, I call these nailers. It's just a screw coming up through a piece of plywood. That'll elevate the frame. And again, I'm just going to work my way around the frame, and you'll notice that I have it on a piece of plywood here so I can spin the plywood just like that. So I'm always working comfortably. And you can see how the shellac really pops this walnut. Just brings out all the natural beauty of the wood. There's no stain on this. It's just the clear coat of shellac. Okay, so I'll let that dry. It's going to take about 20 minutes. Because I don't want to wash the brush between coats, I'll grab the brush like this, take this rubber glove off, and that will seal it for the 20 minutes it'll take for the frame to dry. It's only been about 15 minutes and the frame is already dry and ready to sand. I'll give it a light sanding with 320 sandpaper, just the face and the side and maybe this inside part, but I'm not going to worry about the total inside or the back. I'll dust it off and give it one more coat of shellac. While I'm waiting for the frame to dry, I can clean the brush. I'll start by removing as much of the shellac as I can on a piece of cardboard. And then I have an empty can of the shellac here. I've filled this about a third of the way full with denatured alcohol. That's what you use to clean your brushes when you use shellac. So now I'll agitate the brush at the bottom of the can, kind of give it one of these 2 or 3 times. That's pretty good. Now I'm always going to use this brush only for shellac. Now I'm going to take a paper towel, and again, I'm just removing as much of the alcohol and the shellac. I can go to a cleaner part of the cardboard over here. You could grab another paper towel if you want. You're just trying to remove all of that alcohol and all of that shellac. Now, if there's a little shellac on there, it's not a problem because when you use shellac the next time, the remaining shellac that may be on the brush will just dissolve the next time you use it. So always use this brush only when you're working with shellac. I'll let this dry and then I'll put it back into its package. It's been another 15 or 20 minutes and the frame is dry. And now what I want to do is hand rub the finish. That's going to even out the finish, give it a really nice soft feel. And any of the perhaps brush marks or just uneven areas of the finish, this is going to smooth them out. I'm using a product called Wool Lube, but you can use soap and water. You're basically just looking for a lubricant for the steel wool. This is 4-0 steel wool, so you don't burn the finish. So I'll just rub in the direction of the grain. Once the finish is hand rubbed and any of the residue is removed, then that's basically all there is to it. And that last step of hand rubbing the finish really makes a big difference. This is one of my paintings, so you can see what it looks like in the frame. And I think the frame really elevates the painting. It just makes it look that much better. One of my exercises is when I'm working on a painting, even when it's not finished, I'll throw it in the frame, maybe bring it into the house, look at it a little bit more and think about what I want to do to it next. I would love it if you would subscribe to this channel. I'm trying to build my subscriber base, and I will be posting a painting video this Sunday. So this week it's 2 videos. Usually it's only 1 video a week every Sunday morning, but I wanted to just go into this finishing aspect of the frame in case anybody built the frame. It's kind of the next step. So I'll see you on Sunday. Again, I hope that you'll subscribe. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you soon. I was just editing the video and realized that I wasn't clear about the frames that are on my site. They're 5/8 of an inch. This part of the frame right here, the face, where the frame that I just finished is a full inch. These are maybe on the expensive side. I don't think so. There's a lot of work in them. They do come with 2 panels. And I am working with Jeff over at Green Street Joinery to figure out if there's a way we can work together to maybe automate the whole process and potentially bring the price down. So just wanted to be clear about that. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you Sunday. If you'd like to learn more about woodworking or build your own furniture, visit my website at jonpeters.com for professional woodworking plans and step-by-step video tutorials. While you're there, check out my original artwork for sale or shop my prints and merchandise.